Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Steve Kiyama, and I'm the franchise owner for Action Coach here in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. And today I've got the pleasure to introduce Michael Mesa who is the president of Mesa Science Associates Incorporated as my guest. Today we're going to talk about Michael's business, his journey into business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when a new show like this drops. Michael, welcome to the show, and thank you very much for being here with me today. Please share a little bit of your background, about who you are. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, I am Michael Mesa. I'm president of Mesa Science Associates. We've been in business about 13 years. And we've had some really great years, and we've had some that we don't want to look back at. My background is I came out of the pharmaceutical product development world. I worked for a small company called Rodana Research in Bethesda, Maryland, which grew into another company called uh, Survival Technology. Survival Technology was eventually bought by King Pharmaceuticals, which was eventually bought by Pfizer. So I started my career out with a company that had 13 people in it and left a company that had over 100,000.
Yes,
So
that's
I
quite
got
a
a lot,
change.
so I got to see many aspects of product development, product management, uh, from big to really small, and the advantages of both. Uh, my personal accomplishments include uh, helping to design and develop the EpiPen.
Mm,
EpiPen, as people may know, is a self-injection device with a drug to treat people who have extreme allergies and prevent them from going into anaphylactic shock.
mhm.
Uh, it's probably the world's number one auto-injection device in sales and need. I also participated in the development of many auto-injectors for the military. And
Okay,
many of those auto-injectors were designed for soldiers to go into battle, and if they become exposed to nerve agent poisoning, to be able to treat themselves or their buddy on the spot.
good.
Uh, so, I could spend your entire hour here talking about those things, but I think that gives everybody an idea of what I was doing.
What you were doing, yeah. Just for a little bit of context, I got a few context questions here. Um, let's start with the business structure. Solo owner, business partners, outside investors.
Well, we are a corporation. We're an S
Hmm.
corporation. We have
Hmm.
three owners.
Hmm.
Myself,
Hmm.
uh, uh, Dr. Kenneth Dretchen, who
Hmm.
uh, formerly the chairman of the Department of Pharmacology at Georgetown
Hmm.
University Medical School,
Hmm.
and an advisor to the White House on many diseases.
Okay.
My other partner, who is unfortunately probably going to be leaving us soon because he and his wife have other things they'd like to accomplish. Uh, Great guy, Tim Warnicki. He and I worked together when my company was bought by King Pharmaceuticals,
Hmm.
and he was the senior director of clinical operations.
Hmm.
We've known each other for probably 20 years now, and he's still going to maintain an advisory role with us.
Hmm.
Uh, but we'll miss him a lot. But
Yeah,
he'll he has other things that he needs to do. And this happens.
does.
you have to be adaptable,
Yeah,
and people come, people go.
yeah, 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 exactly. That is very true. Got to be thinking ahead in some cases about team, who's going to
Up,
replace whom.
up until now, we have not had outside investors.
Hmm.
We've had our company's kind of divided into two sections.
Hmm.
One is a consulting, and we help other pharmaceutical medical device companies in developing their products.
Okay, good.
That's where our main income stream has come from.
And that actually gets me into one of the questions I wanted to ask is who are your key customers really? Are you competing with the Pfizers of the world, or are you augmenting in a way?
I think we're preparing our customers for the Pfizers.
Hmm.
We are our customers, and our number one customer has been for a long time, uh, University of California, San Diego.
Hmm.
There's a professor, MD, product developer there who we have worked with for around 14, 15 years,
Oh,
and
good.
uh, uh, and are currently still working with them on a couple of products. We can talk
Hmm.
about the products later, but it's it's people like that are big customers.
Hmm.
We also had as a customer and are part owner of a company out in California that's developing alternative to the EpiPen,
Hmm.
a needleless approach to the EpiPen.
Ah, cool.
So, it's kind of interesting. I started my career with the EpiPen, and I may end it with an EpiPen replacement.
Full circle.
That's right.
We must move on. Yeah, that's good. That's good, really. The EpiPen was quite a development at the time. And
It still is.
yeah, yes. I mean, the fact that you can do it yourself is a
Right.
fantastic, opens up a lot of scenarios. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
So,
What? Go ahead.
uh, I, I think one of your questions was, what's my current role in the company?
Yes. Yeah, I was
It's
going to get to that
it's
once we,
it's uh, it's whatever needs to be done.
jack of all trades.
You have to be. At this our stage of development. Uh, I'd love to sit in my office with my feet up on my desk and shout a few orders out, but it doesn't work that way.
Would you be bored if you did that?
I would probably get bored, and we would probably fail miserably if I did that.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's an interesting aspect of this game is at what point do you let go of a role and make sure that you've got somebody there who can fulfill that role perhaps better than what you did.
And I don't know the answer to that yet.
Hmm.
We have two two projects that we'll talk about a little bit later, I think. But
Hmm.
once those projects really take off and hit the
Hmm.
marketplace and begin to make money,
Hmm.
that's when I start looking for my island.
Well, this kind of gets me to a question that's been rattling around in my head. What you're working on strikes me as a small number of relatively big projects at any given
Yes,
time. Is that true?
that's true.
So smooth.
Some for ourselves,
Yeah.
and some for customers.
Okay. So that kind of makes a lumpy cash flow scenario, does it not?
It does. It does.
So does that make it difficult to hold a constant team size to keep a team together?
It can. let me describe you how our teams are constructed, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
probably answer your question a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the three of us,
Mm-hmm.
throughout our careers, we have worked with and become friends and colleagues with almost any kind of a person you would need in a company like this.
Mm-hmm.
They've all worked for the big and small companies, and most of them now have decided they've had enough of big company,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their own companies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Most of them not as widely dispersed as we are. But if we, but if we need a toxicologist, if we need a pharmacologist, if we need an engineer, we have these people on call. They have
Mm-hmm.
their own companies, and we pay them whatever they need to work for us.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I kind of say, if when we're done with them, we put them back on the shelf and wait for the next call.
Yeah.
So
So you're,
that go ahead. That really helps us control cost,
you know,
and we're not paying. We have highly qualified people that are available on short notice, but we don't pay them when we don't need them.
so you're operating much like a general contractor would.
I think that's exactly right. If we
Mm-hmm.
were a construction company, that's what we would be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Means you don't need to have much of a, you don't have to have very much of an in-house team, but you've got all the talent that you need at your fingertips.
That's true, and that allows us. One of the things that you need to learn how to do in this business, especially in the beginning, is to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, things change. Things change can over time, and change things quick can change quickly, and allows you to make those pivots when the time comes, and not have to lay off people, and be able to go back and recover the people that were working with you.
That's a good business model. That's a very successful business model. That's good. Let's compare that to competitors. Who are their competitors? I don't want to get into names, but
Right.
who do you find yourself up against, if you will, when you're working at acquiring a particular project?
Our our competitors tend to be people who are a little more focused. Uh, there aren't many people out there who really do all that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're talking about our service business,
Mm-hmm.
we we can start with a scientist, a researcher,
Mm-hmm.
as he's getting ready to come out of his lab.
Ah, okay.
We meet him at the door, and we take him into all the way through the development process. Everything it takes to get an IND, and everything it takes to do clinical trials,
Mm-hmm.
preclinical work. Uh, if he needs a device, we know how to make design devices, or where to go to get them designed.
Got it.
So we'll take them from their door all the way to FDA IND. And at that point, we'll help them prepare their FDA documentation.
Uh-huh.
We'll help them uh, acquire the IND, and either find them sites that will do their clinical work totally, or we'll oversee the clinical work as they're being done at outside sites.
Hmm.
Finally, we'll work with them to put together their documentation for final release from the FDA.
What does graduation look like, if you will, for a customer? Where
It
they've
depends.
come. Mhm.
It can depend. It can be at any one of those stages,
Got it.
or
Hmm.
they may come to us and say, I really don't know how to put together the package for the free NDA, and we do
Hmm.
that, and they go on and do everything else.
Got it.
Or, or graduation could be uh, uh, they finally get their NDA approved, their final product approved.
Okay.
It could be anywhere along the line.
That covers a lot of ground, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm.
And
Okay.
I think the difference between us and anybody who might think of themselves as our competitor is we can offer all of those services as a package, or we can offer them singularly, one at a time.
A la carte, essentially.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay. Let's switch directions a little bit. Why did you decide to go into business in the first place?
interesting question.
Hmm.
My wife asks me that question every night.
Yeah.
The first 20 years I was in business, I worked for a magnificent little medical doctor who came out of the National Institutes of Health,
Hmm.
who had what I call a magical approach to doing business.
Hmm.
And among it was he didn't necessarily care what your degree was, or even if you had one. Can you do the job?
Hmm. Hmm.
He also had an approach to his people that was quite remarkable.
Hmm.
Example of that was he heard that I was adopting a child.
Hmm.
He came to me and he says, "My children are adopted. I want to be your asset."
Mm.
And went out of his way to make sure that uh, my wife and I at the time were successful.
Good.
I,
Good. Good.
I liked the idea of people, the way he treated people.
Hmm.
I liked the way we approach product development.
Hmm.
It was an exciting place to work.
Hmm.
Uh, More people didn't want to go home at night.
Hmm. Hmm.
I worked through all the changes in that organization up through and the bigger the organization came, the less fun it was.
Talk about that.
Well, now what would happen in a small organization? I'd be sitting in my office and Dr. Sarnoff walked by and said, "Mike, what do you think about this?"
Hmm.
I may not know my opinion was important. As you get up in size, your degree is more important than what you know.
Mm, that's interesting, isn't it?
And the bigger the corporation, the more complex the bureaucracy becomes.
Hmm.
The president of a big organization is going to walk down the hall and ask me what I know or what I think.
Right.
He doesn't care.
He
Uh,
doesn't even know you're there.
that's right.
Hmm.
So I wanted to emulate early. It was fun, and we were wildly successful for a company our size.
Uh-huh.
Very successful.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, we haven't emulated the success yet, but we're getting there. Uh, and the people who I have attracted to work with us in and out all recognize where I came from,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
want to be a part of that.
It's the culture, the feeling, the
Yeah, yeah,
community.
yep.
It's hard to emulate in a big organization. Is it possible, do you think?
Depends on I do think it's possible. I
Hmm.
think it's not probable.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, and it's not probable because the bigger the corporation, the more entrenched the idea is, I want to get promoted, not necessarily be successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
It's more,
and how you get promoted often is counterproductive to the other things that we've talked about.
and it almost sounds in a way like what you're saying is a big corporation attracts people who are me focused, and the kind of organizations you're attracted to are the team, the community, and the overall success focused for
Yeah,
everybody.
I often described working for the biggest of the organizations as a those 100,000 people there knew how to say no.
Mm.
It was hard to find the ones that knew how to say yes.
Yeah, 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 because it's risky.
Right.
Yes is risky.
That's right.
Awesome,
Or,
awesome.
in the little company, while Dr. Sarnoff might come to my office, he didn't object to me walking into his office and say, hey, you can't do that at the big companies.
Yeah, it's a little harder. Yeah, and there.
So, so that's the kind of culture that I think we've begun to create here.
Good,
Uh, and as soon as we get through a couple bumps here on the road that's created by the government, we'll get on with it.
awesome, awesome. What has been the most, and I like the word memorable, um, hurdle you've had to overcome?
I think that's a hard question to answer, but I think it comes to people.
Hmm.
Uh, hiring people or contracting with people is a very hard thing to do. You're, well, the thing we've talked about some of the problem, but the kind of people I'm looking for isn't going to show up on their resume. Are they a team player? How do you
Hmm.
figure that out?
Hmm.
Um, are they flexible?
Hmm.
Or are they bureaucratic?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
um, I'm also talking to you a little bit out of a book
Hmm.
that one of my former bosses wrote called "The Idea is the Easy Part," and he talks about small businesses and all that. I realized after I read his book that I've been living his philosophy all along.
Hmm.
But he says things like, "Is this person decisive,
Hmm. Hmm.
or is he afraid to make a decision?" And how do you determine that?
Without trying them out.
Right. Uh, and are they willing to pivot when the plan isn't working and it comes time to do something different? Are they willing or able to pivot?
Yeah, are they able to stand up and say this didn't work?
Right. Right. And are they willing to go try something different?
Yeah.
Uh, and I think the big one is for me, will the people they come in contact enjoy working with them?
Back to team player.
Th those are the hardest parts for me to overcome.
Okay.
And I do that by making sure, if at all possible, I hire people I know and have worked with in the past.
Hmm. So you got a track record with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Taking from that, What's the future look like? Looking out 5 or 10 years, what do you see?
If you'd asked me this in February, I'd had a completely different answer. Now we're at a pivot point.
Well,
Uh, um, there's three legs to the answer to this question. One of them is the NIH, who is
hmm
under extreme stress. We were on the verge of getting a almost $4 million grant
hmm
to develop one of the products that we've been working with the University of California.
hmm
Uh, when President of the United States put a kibosh on what they were doing with outside funding.
hmm hmm
So we're waiting, we're waiting for that to clear. I think we may still get this grant or part of it.
Yep.
And if we get that, that takes us into a product development area that has great potential
hmm
and could wind up with us and should wind up with us marketing a product that's worth that's meeting a very unmet need, and that's the treatment of smoke-related problems from fires.
hmm hmm
The other two, the other products that, and one that I'm really proud of, and we're out looking for the first time we're looking for outside money,
hmm hmm
is a product that will treat dogs who suffer from epilepsy. There's a lot of products out there that are used to try to prevent them from having seizures, but
hmm
nothing that's approved by the FDA to stop the seizure once it starts. This one I'm really excited about
Okay.
because you're not with this product. We'll have people uh, be able to treat their animal at home, and so you're not only treating the animal, you're treating the owner. But this is a very emotional thing when they come in and they find their dog in a seizure, and there's nothing they can do about it. They can't help them. We're going to fix that problem. And
Awesome.
I'm very excited about it, and it has the potential to be a very large market.
So this is going to be something analogous to the EpiPen, where you've got something at home in
Absolutely,
case, just in case.
absolutely.
So you can
We
act on it now.
we already have the delivery device designed. Uh, there's one study that the Center for Veterinary Medicine requires us to do that we're trying to acquire the money for now.
hmm
Uh, but we've already just found the people who do the manufacturing for us.
Okay.
All that's lined up. All now, what we need now is about $9 million, and we can bring this thing to the marketplace and make the dog and the homeowner and the dog owner happy people.
Any wild guesses as to how long that'll take?
Well, we're pretty sure it depends on the money.
Yeah.
Everything depends on money.
Right.
If we would get the money in even in a controlled but continuous stream, we could probably do it in 3 years.
Cool. Cool. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Um, if you started your business again today, what would you do differently?
I'm sorry.
If you started your business over again today, brand new, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently?
I think the thing that I would do differently would involve money.
hmm
I still believe you shouldn't go out and try to raise money until you absolutely have to. I
hmm
think you're better off keeping the money people out of your business until you need to.
hmm
but I think I would have started a little sooner.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Up until just recently, over those 13 years, we relied on our own income, and we
Hmm.
relied on the income from consulting work.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, because of the ups and downs of that consulting work, we haven't been able to concentrate on our product ourselves as much as we probably should have in the beginning. I think
Okay.
if could start over again, I'd make the products that we're going to make for ourselves number one and the consulting number two.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. One of the topic areas I like to talk to people about is maintaining working capital reserves so that you've always got something you can draw on, either for downtimes or for opportunity times. In a way, that's what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. That's good. All right, so we're getting to where it's a good time to wrap up. So we're going to do some rapid fire questions. So kind of off the cuff kind of questions here. What's a key to success for you?
The key to current success is acquiring the money for the animal product. The animal product will finance the rest of our company.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Fantastic. If we walked out of here and you met somebody who was just in the process of starting up their business, what's one piece of advice you would give that person?
Think hard about why you're doing it.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
hard about why you're doing it. I think a lot of people, and our offices are located in a facility that houses startup companies.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure a lot of these people know what they know the technology, but
Hmm.
I'm not sure they they love what they're doing.
Hmm.
And if you don't love it, you got a real problem.
It's going to be a really tough road, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I agree. We talked about a book. What's one book you're reading now or read recently that's had real impact on how you do business? Yep. Yep. Very good. Very good.
He was a remarkable man. I learned more from him when way back when he became the first president of survival technology, and he was just a smart individual. I could always go to him if I had a problem, and know that he might not know the technical answer, but he knew a practical answer to almost anything I wanted to do.
Good. 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 Good all around person then.
Yeah.
Good.
But
You've had a
this book is aimed at entrepreneurialism, and I advise anybody who's starting a business to read this book.
good. Good. Excellent. Excellent reference. You've had a really good journey. What you most proud of in this journey?
Well, the answer to that question again is complicated. EpiPen, without a doubt.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's been a magic bullet for an awful lot of people.
well, the interesting part about EpiPen is as it went to the marketplace, nobody knew what it was.
Mm,
You could go to a cocktail party and spend all night trying to explain to somebody what it was. Now you go to that cocktail party and people start telling you what it is.
it's had a real impact on
It
people's
does.
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And we've saved thousands of lives
yeah,
with it.
yeah. I think that's conservative.
Right.
Yeah, awesome. And just following up for that, just for fun, if you had a magic wand and you could significantly improve one area of your business today, what would it be?
I think for small companies, uh, making access to the money and to people like us, uh, who not only could you find people to bring you the money, but find people who really know what to do with the money once you get it.
I can find a lot of people that want money, but I cannot find a lot of people that know what to do with it to make it do what it needs to do. Yeah.
Right. Don't be shy. Don't think you know it all.
Hmm. Go ask.
For most people, I think that once they get out there, they'll find out they knew very little about what they started out to do.
Yeah. I think I'm finding the same thing is true. Fantastic. Most important question. How can people who want to know more connect with you?
Where we have a website uh, that tells you lots about us,
Hmm.
and all the different aspects of what we can do for you.
Hmm.
Uh, I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
Uh, I have our all of our phone numbers and emails and all that. I mean, you can reach me directly at michael.mesa at mesascience.com. Uh, uh, you can go to the website, and I think we're kind of proud of it, and we'll probably wind up putting some of this on that website.
Absolutely. Please do. Please do. Fantastic. Last question. What's most inspiring to you today?
I think the answer that again comes back to people and
Hmm.
the net my partners and the network of people that have been loyal to us not only in the good times,
Hmm.
but were there in the bad times,
Mm.
and have been willing to. They believe in what we're doing
Hmm.
and are willing to donate a little bit of time to get the next order, get the next because they really do believe in our approach. They believe in our the way we do things.
Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. That's awesome. So this is awesome. This has been a great conversation. I've really enjoyed hearing this story. This is really good. Um, for all of you watching, I really encourage you to save this show, come back, watch it again. Michael shared a really good number of interesting nuggets. I think one of them, the most valuable ones, is about building a culture of community, building a culture of trust, and just a really good all-around way to run a business. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so that you can get notifications every time a new conversation like this comes up. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. And a special thanks to you, Michael. I really appreciate you being here. Um,
Even thank you. I love the opportunity, and I've enjoyed your company.
Thank you very much.